podcast where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Willow.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm just going to get right into it because I don't have any brain for anything.
Get up in there, girl.
I'm going to get up in there.
Get all up in there.
So this is a very big case in the UK right now. It would have fit in great with our Medical Murders Month and was on my list. As I mentioned in my Lean Wernos episode, most female serial killers are statistically caregivers like nurses, hospice workers, workers in care homes, babysitters, that sort of thing. And Lucy Letby is no exception. And I will trigger warning this for infant death. Our story starts in June of 2015 at the Countess of Chester Hospital in Chester, England, in the neonatal intensive care unit. It is the main National Health Service hospital and saw 3,000 babies born in 2015. So it's a busy place, and as with most cases where a nurse or doctor is the killer, they kind of tend to slip through the cracks in these busy hospitals.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's really infuriating. In this case, going to piss you off. So just watch the blood pressure. And Lucy Letby was no exception to this. In the summer of 2015, doctors began to notice a rise in the deaths of infants in the neonatal care unit. After exhausting the possible medical reasons for the deaths and not finding any, doctors would eventually raise the alarm to police. But Lucy Letby wouldn't be arrested until November of 2020.
Damn.
This started in 2015. They just straight up let her kill babies.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what took so long? Why did so many babies have to die before something was done? Was negligence in reporting and investigating the suspicious death in part to blame for Lucy Letby becoming the most prolific child killer in England's history? I say
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, and what a distinctive title.
Especially given the amount of child killers in England's history.
And like the Moors murders and shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about Lucy Letby. And I want to just state from the jump that this is a very recent case. She was just sentenced in August, I think on August 23rd.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's
been drawn out that long.
That long. Motherfuck. I mean, I get why in November of 2020... the wheels of justice would have been slowed given the pandemic and everything. But still. And I don't know.
They probably had to cover each individual case.
They did.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. And the thing is the names have been redacted from public to protect the identity of the families of the victims.
Absolutely.
And some of the witnesses in this case. So when I am not giving a name, it's not because I didn't do my research. It's because we're just going to respect privacy.
It's because you did your research.
Yeah. Exactly. So Lucy Letby was born on January 4th, 1990 to loving parents. She grew up in a kind of lower middle class home in Hereford, just 16 miles from Wales. She had a difficult birth and nearly died in infancy, but was saved by nurses. At least that's what Lucy claimed to friends in school and was the reason she gave for wanting to be a nurse herself. Now, I honestly don't know if this is the case, but it is a story that she has told like throughout her entire life. I don't really see any reason for her to lie about it, though she does like lying. But it just doesn't, it'd be silly reason to lie.
Right.
I mean, maybe. I can't find anything to verify if this is true. Right. It was just said by friends that knew her that she always said the reason she wanted to become a nurse herself is because when she was a baby, she almost died, but nurses saved her life. And so it was like a passion of hers. So who knows? So after high school, of course, she went on to college. Friends described her as kind of awkward and geeky. But just, kind of shy and quiet. She didn't really stand out, but like as somebody weird or disturbed.
Right.
She was just kind of an average, quiet, studious girl. She went to get her college education at Hereford Sixth Form College and then on to the University of Chester for her nursing degree. After 3 years as a student nurse and a stint at the Liverpool Women's Hospital, Lucy then went on to work at the Countess of Chester. She was the first person in her family to finish college. And Lucy always wanted to be a nurse. And this is a weird... I don't know why I say it's weird, but it struck me as odd. She was really into rescuing animals, especially cats.
Me too. Oh, sorry.
Yes, yeah. And she had 2 cats that she had rescued. But man, she was really into those cats. Too much. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
I was about to say.
Yeah, she loved going out salsa dancing. She was described as sweet and mild, innocent seeming. No one suspected that she was killing premature babies in the neonatal unit at Countess of Chester.
Jesus Christ.
Lucy had a close relationship with her parents, who helped her purchase a house in Chester so that she could live closer to work. Susan and John Letby have been described as doting and supportive. Lucy even related to coworkers that she felt guilty living so far from her parents, who had always wanted her to stay close. I stress her good relationship with her parents because we always want to know why someone turns out to be a killer.
Right.
Especially one so depraved that their target victims are premature babies, for fuck's sake. We'd expect her to have had like an abusive childhood, some sort of trauma.
Right.
But that was not the case. Lucy loved her parents and they loved her back. And boy, this is going to sound fucked up, but I think that's part of it.
That's weird.
Number one, she was an only child. And if you're an only child out there, I don't think you're a serial killer.
I'm an only child, and I am not a serial killer.
That's true. I'm the oldest. I think oldest and only children kind of have this similar BS. You know, we're kind of bossy, set in our ways. We kind of got it the hardest first, and I think only children kind of experience too much discipline, not enough discipline.
Yeah, girl.
And I think with Lucy, she didn't get no fucking discipline. I think her parents gave her everything she ever wanted. She was the star of her house. You know what I'm saying?
See what you
she
mean.
was a special girl.
I see what you mean.
Because how they behave later when she goes to trial is very telling to me. And I'm not accusing them of anything. They just spoiled their kid. They were too permissive, in my opinion. And it just so happened she was well behaved. So she didn't give her parents trouble in that way. But I think she was always described as being very attention and approval seeking.
I was about to say, that she would be getting their approval if she was a good girl.
Yes, she's a very good girl. And it reminded me a lot of Casey Anthony. So her relationship with her mother, of course, was very fraught. They fought a lot. But even now, even to this day, Cindy will still maintain she believes Casey's innocent. And I mean, like, after this bitch done throw you and your husband under the bus.
Right.
What level of denial must you be in?
I know people like this.
I do too. They're like, well, not my precious sweet baby angel. She had a fine childhood, but I don't know. I feel like it was too permissive or something. Her parents were so proud of her for graduating college that they took out a page in the newspaper.
Oh my goodness.
That said, Letby Lucy, BSc HONS in child nursing. We are so proud of you. After all of your hard work, love, Mom and Dad. And you may say, Lillian, that's very cute. I think it's weird as fuck. It's weird. My kids are all going to go to college. Already got producer Will's in college. Already finished on their second year of college right now. I ain't taking out no ad. I'm proud, but I don't need, because here's the thing. I'm proud.
Right.
No one else gives a fuck. Right. I don't expect anybody else to give a fuck. It's weird. It's because they're going around going, see our special girl?
Right.
She's just doing normal girl things. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can be proud of her, but why would you think the whole world needs to be? That's weird.
It seems like those types of parents, and I had this growing up with my adopted mother, was like this. So this may be my own personal lens that I'm seeing it through.
Probably.
But the parents of an only child that like flaunt their child as if, you know, look what I have done. I have parented this child, I have, and it kind of like glorifies them in the process.
Yeah, I don't think that's it for these parents. I think it's the other way around. I think, look at this wondrous golden baby, magnificent child of joy.
Yeah.
Oh, we are so in awe of our very special girl. See?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And it's like you want to be proud of your children. Everybody should be proud of their children, but this is taking it to an extreme level, and it's giving her a hot head, and it's making her ego inflated, and making her have expectations in life.
Yeah, putting her at the center of attention all the time, but that's not how it works.
Exactly.
And thus she has no empathy for anyone
And she has no real understanding of the world around her.
And look, I don't think all doting parents who spoil their children produce a monster.
No, most of them don't.
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
It's quite the opposite, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But boy, something was very wrong.
But in this particular incident.
In Lucy, yes. So she worked at the Countess of Chester Hospital, and she was a good employee, an excellent nurse. She was well liked by her superiors and coworkers. The patients there raved about her and how kind and sweet she was. But something changed. Something snapped inside Lucy. Victoria and Michael Whitfield believe they are the first targets of Lucy Letby. However, there were never any official charges on this particular case. But I'm going to bring it up because it's a part of the story.
Right.
In November of 2013, Victoria gave birth to her daughter, Felicity.
Oh, I love that
I do too. The little girl was born at 34 weeks, and her chances of survival at that gestational age were almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
She just needed a little time in the neonatal care unit at Countess of Chester. Despite being born 6 weeks early and being tiny, little Felicity was healthy. Until she was left alone with Lucy Letby. At 3 a.m. on November 20th, Victoria went down to the neonatal unit because she just had this terrible feeling. She's like, I need to be with my daughter. She found Lucy Letby over Felicity's incubator, which wouldn't have been alarming given that Lucy was a neonatal nurse. However, it was just the look on her face.
Ew.
Victoria described as just dead, dead eyes, blank expression, because she had just caught her. Trying to kill her daughter. The minute Lucy leaves the room, all the alarm bells in the incubator start going off. All of them. Her baby was dying.
God bless it.
Felicity's lungs had collapsed and her vitals were crashing. Victoria was told by doctors and nurses to have clergy come in and bless the child, as it was unlikely that she would survive much longer.
Jesus Christ.
But doctors were finally able to stabilize Felicity after intubating her, and she survived. But other parents wouldn't be so lucky. To protect the identity of the families of the victims, their names have been kept from the public, so I will honor that, and I will be referring to the babies she killed with letters, like baby A, B, C, D.
Right.
Her first confirmed murder was on baby A on June 8th, 2015. He was born 6 weeks premature along with his twin sister, baby B. Though born early, the babies were healthy like Felicity had been. Healthy until Lucy came on the night shift and the care of the infants was left to her. 30 minutes after coming on her shift, baby A's vitals crashed. 90 minutes after Lucy came on her shift, baby A died.
Jesus.
Baby A's mother recalls being in the hallway and hearing shrill, piercing cries. She ran to her baby's room and saw that he had blood ringed around his mouth. And he'd been just fine before Lucy cared for him. Lucy was so sweet to the parents of baby A, she consoled them. Lucy bathed and dressed their dead baby and handed him over to the parents after she had injected air into baby A's bloodstream.
Jesus.
Lucy thrived on the attention and sympathy she got.
This reminds me of that other nurse that you covered on. I'm blanking on her name, but I can remember her face.
Beverly Allen.
Yes.
Yep. Another terrible, evil whore from the pits of hell. Just saying. After each baby she killed, Lucy would send texts to her coworkers. Again, to garner attention and sympathy. She loved toying with the grief and emotions of the parents of the babies she killed. She'd send them sympathy cards in the mail with long, poetic notes written inside. Lucy felt powerful doing this.
Jesus. That's sick.
Like she was tipping the scales of life and death.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it makes me sick. 11 hours after killing baby A, Lucy injects baby B, baby A's twin sister, with air right into her bowels.
Oh my God.
This must have been excruciatingly painful for the little helpless baby. However, baby B survived. She was found, as were several others that Lucy attempted to murder, with air bubbles in her bowels, and it's a miracle she's alive.
That's so fucking sad.
Yeah. So supposedly, Lucy didn't have any romantic relationships in her life, and this was something that really bothered her. She feared she'd die alone and childless. Friends didn't see this bitter, neurotic side of her, though. Friends described her as serious and level-headed. She seems shy and reserved, but a happy, sweet, and kind friend. She was also described as being kind of immature. Her bedroom, which I will post photos of, was decorated in fairy lights and stickers and posters. And it was very messy, too. It looked more like the room of a teenage girl than it did the room of a woman in her 30s. On her refrigerator were Mother's Day cards from her 2 rescue cats that said, "I love you, Mummy."
Oh, that's what you mean about the cats.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's very strange.
But the cards had been sent by Lucy's mother.
That's even stranger.
That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is really bizarre to me.
Like, I'm not one of those people that, like, get all weird about people who consider their animals
Their babies. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, definitely. There's some
it.
people out there that are, like, really adamant about that. But no, I definitely think that you can care for an animal just as you would a child, if not more. And, yeah, I still think that that's weird.
So something about that, it just really strikes me as gross and weird.
Yeah.
And before I get more hate mail about how I don't love animals, because I have.
Girl.
Remember that one? That was so funny.
It was weird.
I literally cry onto my dog every day about how much I love her.
You wipe your tears
On the dog.
onto the dog.
Yeah, she
As,
just
like,
thinks it's a free
blessings.
snack because she thinks they're delicious. She's
Yes.
like, yummy, tears. But I love my dog so much that I could throw up.
Yeah.
I love my dog right on par with my children.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that stupid little fuzzy, smelly wig more than I love just about anything else.
Right. But you're not getting Mother's Day cards for the dog.
Fucking no. I'm good.
I'm going to now next Mother's Day. I'm going to send you a bunny Mother's Day card.
Actually, I'd be into that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to.
It's that Lucy's mother coddled her entire life.
Yeah.
She was spoiled, not just because she had loving parents. That should be the bare fucking minimum for every child. It was because, in my opinion, after doing the research, her parents just went too far. They excused bizarre, troubling behavior like Lucy's attention seeking.
And encouraged it.
They almost encouraged her to be immature and infantile because they didn't want her to grow up, so she didn't. She is behaving like a child throwing a tantrum who isn't getting
Yes.
enough eyes on her.
Yes.
Main character syndrome, worst you
Yes.
ever saw. And
Yes.
why is it when people got fucking main character syndrome that they're the most bland white bread person that ever lived?
Like, there's no sustenance. How could you be a main character
Like,
without
my
any
floor
seasoning?
has more seasoning than that shit.
Girl.
They're the most bland, typical.
Right? It's because they want to be. There's a difference between a person that wants to be something and a person that is something.
You just be yourself, and everything will work out okay.
That's right.
Unless
That's
you're,
right.
unless you're Lucy.
That's not a self you want to be.
Yeah. I don't think there was nothing there.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Nothing there.
Because nothing was encouraged, like, of sustenance.
No. On June 14th, 2015, Lucy would kill her second baby. Baby C was born 7 weeks early and weighed only 1 pound and 12 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Like baby A and B. Despite his early birth and low weight, he was healthy and in good condition. He was expected to survive, but then the monitors and alarms on his incubator started going off. Witnesses and other nurses reported it was Lucy standing over his incubator when baby C started crashing. The child never recovered. Baby C passed away after being injected in the stomach with air. And listen, when you have surgery, they fill like your body with gas to like separate your organs and stuff so they can get to them. And if you've ever had this done, any kind of surgery, when you wake up, the gas pain in your body is so
Don't
excruciating.
I think about that when people get C-sections and stuff.
Yeah, I've had 3. It was no big deal. The gas pain was ugh, but you fart it out and stuff. It's fine. You just walk around, you feel better. I actually really had an easy recovery with all three.
I'm terrified of being cut open.
But I will tell you this, I have the pain tolerance of someone who feels no pain. So there's that. I almost if I'm in pain, I'm like, yes, give me the pain.
Ew.
I'm weird about it. Gross. Well, when you're a chronic pain sufferer, you kind of have to go that route with it. You're like,
you have to trick your brain.
Yeah, because if you don't, you're just suffering all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So, if I ever seem, if you guys ever reach out to me and I seem snappy or distant, it's because I'm just dying. That's all. I'm just in pain.
Right.
But then I think about this little baby, helpless.
And tiny.
They're so tiny and fragile. And the pain. Why would you want to put a baby in pain like that? It's so fucked up.
Did they not see, injection marks on their stomachs and stuff?
They do later.
Oh.
Baby C passed away after being injected in the stomach with air. Lucy wasn't even his designated nurse. Just hours after child C died, Letby searches on Facebook for the baby's parents. So sick. It's just so sick.
What do you mean she searched for them on Facebook?
So when he died, she just went on her phone and looked up the parents.
So she just looked them up. She didn't contact them?
Not these, but she would stalk the parents.
That's creepy.
Yeah, she stalked all the parents on social media.
That's creepy, dude.
Something real
She
wrong
probably
there.
watched their page while they were grieving, too.
Yes, she wanted to get the kind of attention vicariously and feel it.
Oh, that's fucked.
That
is fucked.
One of the most fucked up serial killers ever. On June 22nd, 2015, Lucy would strike again. She is killing and killing and killing, and no one is noticing, at least not yet. Baby D had air injected in her IV 3 times. It took Lucy injecting air into the child's IV 3 times to kill her. Letby sends many messages to friends in the wake of Baby D's death and the preceding deaths and collapses in which she suggested they could all clearly be explained as natural causes. All of their collapses. She's like, oh, well, they're just, they were sickly. But she's talking every time one of the babies in her care dies, she gets on social media and texts all her coworkers and all her friends. And she's just like, oh, I just wonder why some little ones are so fragile. It's like
those would all be red flags for me. All of them.
But her demeanor had people completely fooled. And we'll talk this gets fucked because they just didn't suspect her. She's also pretty and kind of petite and she's cute. And so I think that was part of it. She later would tell police she could not explain why she'd searched for Facebook for Baby D's parents in the aftermath of her death.
You couldn't explain it?
She's like, oh. Suspicions raised after this third death. Dr. Stephen Breary, the head consultant on the neonatal unit, carried out a review of the 3 unusual deaths in June of 2015. On July of 2015, Allison Kelly, the director of nursing and deputy chief executive, is told that Lucy was the only nurse on shift for each of the deaths. Lucy remains on the neonatal unit anyway.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Had she been stopped here, it would have saved the lives of 4 babies and the disabilities of others.
Oh my God.
However, she wasn't stopped and the killings would continue. Part of this is due to how the files were notated about the cause of the baby's deaths. They were marked down as medical errors, medicine errors, like they were given the wrong medicine. Had they been marked correctly, however, an investigation would have begun immediately. I do believe this was the Countess of Chester's way of trying to do damage control. If the public knew that someone might kill your premature baby, well, there would be a public outcry, as well there should be. If they had stepped in here, you couldn't fault the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't. But they didn't.
And now?
They covered it up, and they just let her keep... Why didn't they at least fire her? I don't understand. It's just to me, it's all about greed and keeping up appearances. And you don't play with human life that way. Lucy would kill again on August 4th, 2015. Child E was born 7 weeks premature, along with his twin brother, Child F, and weighed less than 3 pounds. His mother walked in on Lucy trying to murder the baby after arriving on the unit with his milk. He died after suffering a fatal bleed believed to be the result of Lucy interfering with his nasogastric tube.
Jesus.
Lucy went on to show a very unusual interest in baby E's family, with social media searches on them 2 days after the baby died, and again on numerous occasions in the following months, including on Christmas Day.
That's fucking sick.
She killed him in August.
That's fucking disgusting.
And then on Christmas, she's like, just going to see how they're doing since I killed their baby on Christmas. Just going to see how they're doing.
See how bad they're grieving.
How much they're suffering. Whew, sorry, this one gets me.
You're right. It gets my blood pressure going. Fuck this bitch.
No alarms were raised after this. No suspicions reported. She would attempt to kill another baby the next day on August 5th. Lucy laced child F's feeding bag with insulin less than 24 hours after murdering his twin brother. A blood sample later confirmed extremely high insulin levels and very low C-peptide levels, which is proof he had been injected with insulin. She really liked to pick on twins for some reason. And part of that, I think, is because most twins are born slightly premature because the mother body can't carry them any longer. So I'm going to just guess there's more twins in the neonatal care unit than
it's not that
normal.
she liked twins in particular. There's just
I
twins.
think she did.
Oh, okay.
There would be many, like a month that would go by. She wouldn't attempt to kill any babies that we know of.
Right. But then twins would come in.
And she just couldn't resist.
That's so weird.
Once again, Lucy isn't reported. No one is raising alarms and the deaths will continue.
I just had this thought. Wouldn't it be weird if because you know how like babies sometimes eat their twin?
Yeah.
And you don't know it?
Yeah.
Like what if she did?
Eat her twin?
Yeah.
I didn't know it. It is suspected I may have.
Really?
Because of my 2 sets of adult teeth that I grew. They pulled them, don't worry, I'm not a freak. And my third kidney.
Oh, you absorbed the twin.
Yeah. And I got her teeth and her kidney.
Good job. Good for you.
Thanks, I won.
Yeah, you did.
It's terrible. On September 7th, 2015, Lucy tried to kill another baby. The most premature of all the babies in this case, child G, was born 15 weeks early and weighed just barely over a pound.
Oh, baby.
Lucy tried to kill her 3 times over 3 weeks.
Wow.
She tortured this child.
What a little fighter.
And this one's really sad. She tried to kill her the first time on the day of her 100th day alive.
Oh.
Child G, now 8, is severely, severely disabled as a result of the attacks.
She's alive still?
Yeah. Poor little thing.
What a resilient human being.
I know it. And still, Lucy is allowed to work with babies despite the sharp increase in accident deaths and near deaths. These things only happened when Lucy was on shift, but now suspicions are mounting. We have to wonder, though, why no one is doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
It is September 22nd when baby G is returned to the Countess of Chester Hospital after being sent to another hospital for more specialized care after Lucy tried killing her twice. 5 days after child G returned from Arrow Park Hospital, where she had been taken, Lucy again tried to kill her. This time she is suspected of harming her while feeding her around 10 a.m. And this last attack is what left her disabled.
Jesus.
Lucy would successfully murder another baby on October 23rd, 2015. A murder described in court as persistent, calculated, and cold-blooded. Lucy killed child I on her 4th attempt after inserting air into the baby girl's stomach. The nurse later sent a sympathy card to child I's parents on the day of her funeral.
She's fucking sick.
What really gets me is the repeated attempts. This is painful for these babies. It's torture. They're probably scared and hurting.
And screaming.
They are screaming.
And screaming in agony.
Well, that when she injected air into these babies, they would scream right before they died. Just scream in agony.
Yeah, of course they would.
Because it hurt.
Yes.
Oh, there's just not hell hot enough for this bitch. I'm sorry, I'm just mad. It just makes me so mad.
I'm pissed.
She was there to nurture them.
Yes.
It's so gross. An expert pediatrician believed on the final occasion the child had been injected with air into her bloodstream, which led to her screaming, followed quickly by her collapse. Lucy is then said to have sent baby girl's parents a sympathy card again.
It's just so gross.
Took 4 times to kill the baby, and she died screaming. Hackles are raised after this death. Dr. Brewery becomes increasingly concerned following the death of child I. Another staffing review finds that Lucy was present at more unusual deaths. Another consultant, Dr. Ravi Jayaram, my mouth won't work. And I practiced this name. Like, why does that happen?
I know. It's every time. It happens to me all the time.
Anyway, Dr. Ravi alerts management to their concerns, but is told not to make a fuss. That's a quote. Lucy remains on the neonatal unit anyway, which just boggles the mind. Again, I think the hospital believes this is a PR nightmare and would rather cover it up than see Lucy brought to justice. Just breaks my heart. Mm-hmm. Months go by. Dr. Brewery is still demanding answers, still demanding that the NHS take a look at Lucy Letby. On February 8th, 2016, a thematic review ordered by Brewery finds several common links in 9 unusual deaths since June of 2015. Lucy's connection to the mortalities is mentioned at a meeting called to discuss the report, which was sent to the medical director, Ian Harvey. Brewery requests an urgent meeting with executives, but no meeting takes place until May 2016. Again, hospital executives do nothing.
There's absolutely no urgency whatsoever.
I'm just...
Yeah, I know.
I'm just mad.
I know.
On April 9th, 2016, Lucy attempted to murder another baby. Lucy injected insulin into a dextrose bag attached to child L. Tests later find that his insulin level at the very top of the scale that the equipment was capable of measuring with very low C-peptide levels, and that's conclusive proof that he was poisoned with insulin. You'll see this in every time someone's poisoned with insulin. Lucy tried to kill another baby on the same day, the twin of baby L. See, she cannot leave twins alone. Mm-hmm. Child M, the twin brother of child L, suffers an unexpected life-threatening collapse shortly after the insulin poisoning of his brother. His heart rate and breathing dropped dramatically, and he came close to death as a result of being injected with air. He survived but suffered brain damage and is now permanently disabled.
Baby.
On May 11th, 2016, almost a year after the suspicious deaths of premature babies began, Dr. Brewery tries to get people to pay attention again. Dr. Brewery meets with head of nursing and head of the hospital to raise concerns about Lucy after an assurance document set out why Lucy was not believed to be the cause of the deaths.
What?
It suggests other NHS services may be to blame for the spike in deaths and that there is no evidence whatsoever against LL, that's Lucy, other than coincidence.
No evidence whatsoever.
No evidence, none. Brewery feels his concerns have been dismissed.
Yeah.
Because they have.
Yeah.
You feel that way because they have, dude.
Yeah.
On June 3rd, 2016, Lucy attempted to murder another child. Lucy tries to kill child N days after he is born. The newborn boy has hemophilia, a condition which causes severe bleeding. Lucy uses this as a cover to attack him by thrusting his nasogastric tube into his throat, causing trauma, making him bleed.
God.
So he almost bled to death. Lucy successfully kills 2 more babies on June 23rd and 24th of 2016. Lucy murders the first of 2 triplets a day after returning home from a holiday in Ibiza. Child O had been a perfect, healthy baby and was due to go home when he collapsed unexpectedly. Postmortem x-rays show a higher than normal amount of gas in his body. So she injected air into the baby. Through the tube, the nasogastric tube. He stabilized, but an hour later, he crashed again, and they did CPR on that baby for 25 minutes.
Oh, honey.
Before giving him to his mother so she could say goodbye. A postmortem examination found baby O suffered a liver injury akin to a road traffic collision, which experts say cannot have come from CPR. So now she's physically hurting them. God. Beyond just injecting them with shit. Shortly after killing child O, Lucy turns to his days-old triplet brother. The nurse pumps air into the boy's stomach via his nasogastric tube while feeding him milk at 6 p.m., 13 minutes after his brother had died. Experts believe this excess air shattered the little boy's diaphragm. Oh, I don't know. That just really upsets me. Okay. Doctors believe he will make a full recovery, but as they ready him for another hospital, Lucy says, he's not leaving here alive, is he?
What the fuck? God, I want to punch this bitch in the face.
She had made a similar remark when child C fatally collapsed a year before. So that baby died because she went, whoa, I'm sorry, I'm kicking stuff. Ooh, Lord. Everything I own is wobbly.
Me too, girl.
Just everything.
I am.
So finally, in July of 2016, they put Lucy on administrative duties so she can't, kill any more babies. And this is after another inquiry is made into the infant deaths.
She went into administration duties.
Yeah.
Like,
They put her there, yeah.
They just gave her a different job.
Yeah. They're like, well, you're just really bad at not killing babies, so go sit over here.
And do some office work.
Oh, just wait till you hear this bitch's
Hate
audacity.
her.
The hospital bosses had reached a tipping point, and Lucy is removed from the unit following the death of the two of the three triplets. Mm-hmm. Nurses on the neonatal unit are also sent an email. All the nurses, telling them as part of an external review, they will be subject to individual clinical supervision, beginning with staff involved in any of the acute events, as they're called. It is claimed Lucy has agreed to be the first to undergo the supervision, but we both know she only agreed because she knew she was getting caught.
Mm.
Lucy, when she is put on administrative duties with the patient experience team, so they can kind of retrain her. What are they going to say? Hey, girl, could you stop killing babies? Ugh. Dr. Breary and others asking for review are told to apologize to Lucy for the bullying and accusations. They have to write her a letter saying they're sorry.
What the fuck is this? Is this like grade school where you have to like write sentences on the chalkboard like 15,000 times? Like, I will not accuse this woman of killing babies, which she's doing. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. They just didn't want it getting out. I guarantee you, they punished the whistleblowers. Because you look at like any kind of whistleblower, be it Snowden, Chelsea Manning, like all these people, they get punished for speaking out against wrongdoing. In September of 2016, Lucy attended a formal review with her union representative right before she makes a grievance against the hospital for being moved to administrative duties only. So she submits a complaint.
A grievance.
She's like, put me back on that neonatal
The
unit.
audacity of this bitch.
I know, I told you. Watch out for the audacity.
God.
Ugh.
I hate her.
Nearly a year will go by before police are involved. In September of 2017, the Countess of Chester Hospital NHS Foundation Trust brought in Cheshire Police to assist with the ongoing review of all the suspicious premature infant deaths. Hospital bosses issued a statement to say, quote, as a hospital, we have taken the clinical review as far as we can. We have now asked for the input of Cheshire Police to seek assurances that enable us to rule out unnatural causes of death, end quote. No doy. You should have called the police immediately.
Yeah.
And those deaths are on your hands too.
Mm-hmm.
When police get involved right away, they see a pattern. So the real question is, why? Why did she do this? Some speculate it was an infatuation with a married doctor at Countess of Chester that drove her to kill. Some great unrequited love. Yeah.
Why? ¿Por qué?
Oh, I will tell you por qué. Uno momento.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Uno momento, por favor. Duolingo Al, don't come for me, I'm trying. In January of 2012, when Lucy first arrived at Countess of Chester Hospital, she impressed other nurses and hospital bosses with her dedication, professionalism, and care. though there was that incident in 2013, but that was never proven to be her doing, and she was never prosecuted for it, so it's alleged. She generally had no incidents to speak of until 2015, so what started the mass killing then? The answer is likely that there was a doctor who began working on the neonatal care unit in 2015 that she was very attracted to. Every baby that struggled or crashed, he would be there to try and save them.
My fucking God.
She literally put these babies in life-threatening situations.
Lillian.
Just to hang out with this guy.
Lillian. Jesus, fuck. This is bad.
Dark. It's terrible.
That's no, I mean, it's beyond not okay, but what the fuck? The extent that some women go through just for a little bit of dick.
Ladies, let me tell you something. If you're listening, you don't need to kill nobody.
You were gonna do this.
The dick ain't hard to get. It's easy. Show them a little cleavage, let them chase the ass a little bit, then throw it at them, and they'll catch it. That's it. That's it. That's the most just complicated. Ask any man's.
If a man is not single, or if a man is single, which...
They don't even need to be single.
Matter. But if a man is single and a woman wants to approach him, 99.9% of the time...
They're down.
Yes.
They're down. I've never... Look, I know you probably won't believe me. I've never been rejected. It's not hard. I've had women turn me down. That was sad.
Oh, I hate that.
It's okay. I got over it. It just... This whole thing.
Yep. I just can't believe she was killing babies for the dick.
Yeah.
I really was trying to figure this out, thinking that she was doing it for, like, I was thinking like when older children get really mad at the baby in the house because they're getting all of the attention, and so they try to smother the baby.
Will did that, not with smothering, but every time I would leave the room.
To go check on the baby?
No, every time I would leave the room, for any reason, the baby's there, Will's there, Will was 2, Will would pinch them, would pinch Val and make Val cry.
Oh.
And I was like, you are an asshole.
Yeah, but that's very common with children.
Yeah.
So you said she was childlike. That's where my brain was going. The fact that she could have been doing this the whole time just to win the...
It was. Because here, let me tell you about this. In her personal diaries, Lucy wrote extensively about being single and childless. It was something that really bothered her. And as mentioned before, Lucy was driven by the need for attention. She wanted to be the center of it, could never get enough of it. This doctor's name is being kept out of the public for his privacy because he's also married. And his name, we're going to call him Dr. A.
Okay.
Lucy worked with Dr. A and knew him very well. In her diaries, she longed for his attention and affection and approval. So the idea that she hurt these babies was because that meant Dr. A would show up to try to save them, and there she is working side by side to save them with him.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
It's possible. I mean, a lot of people want to say this was one-sided, but I don't think so. I don't think it was one-sided.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was just thinking like
she's just being unhinged? No.
And like he would probably think this is really disgusting.
No, it gets worse.
Oh, God damn it.
They'd gone to London together.
Oh.
And although Lucy denies that she had any romantic relationship with him because she had a house and a car and a boyfriend. That's what she told police. She's like, I'm not with him. I have a house, a car, and a boyfriend.
Did she have a boyfriend?
No, she made him up. He doesn't exist. She never identified him, and he's never, no boyfriend's ever mentioned in her diary.
But her diary is all about this doctor.
Yeah. And about being really crazy, but we'll get to that in a second. Here's a quote from a newspaper article about the whole thing. He had sent a message to her ending with a large red heart emoji. Men don't send that unless they're flirting. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nick Johnson, Casey, prosecuting, asked her to read the message aloud, but then had to prompt her twice before she finally referred to the emoji. It's a heart, she told him. Lucy had responded to the doctor's love heart with one of her own, combined with a smiling face emoji. It's a smiley face and a heart, she said. Mr. Johnson asked, but he wasn't your boyfriend. Letby replied, it's not a relationship at all. It's a friendship.
Right.
Mr. Johnson went on to refer to a note in which she in which the nurse tells herself that she is an awful person and laments the likelihood that I'll never know what it's like to have a family. The barrister asked, what made you think that at the time you wrote this, that you would never have a family? Mr. Johnson said, you have a house, you had a car, you had a boyfriend? Yes, the nurse replied. The trial heard no further evidence about this apparent relationship. It is not clear how long it lasted or who the boyfriend was. Alternatively, he may have been a figment of her imagination. I definitely think it was a lie, 'cause she never wrote about him in her diary, this imaginary boyfriend. She was having an affair with a married doctor. He wasn't going to leave his wife, and this is why she acted out this way. So it's even grosser to me.
Do you think maybe he had something to do with the fact that she stayed in the hospital so long?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Like why she got away with it and stuff?
She got away with it, not because of the doctor.
Okay.
I don't think he knew that was why. He was a busy doctor. You know how doctors are.
Right.
God, they go on no sleep. But I just don't think he knew anything. I mean, of course, later, now he knows. But at the time, I don't think...
Or maybe like everybody trusted her because she was like so close with the doctor or something. I don't know.
No, I just think...
She just had a cute face and an
innocent demeanor, and she was very nice. It's just gross to me.
Yeah, it is.
She was not known to have shared any romantic relationships with any of her friends, her mother, or anything. A close friend of hers said there were no boyfriends. Well, not that I knew of anyway. There was. She just wasn't going to tell people she was involved in an affair. She was the other woman.
Right.
Similarly, her devious nature was exposed during the trial, with the judge explaining how she went to great lengths to gaslight her colleagues into thinking the deaths on her watch were just a run of bad luck. She also falsified medical records. Lucy would attack babies when colleagues were on their breaks and contaminate food that would be given to the babies by other nurses. So she would contaminate it, and then they would give the baby the food and it would crash, trying to like kind of draw suspicion off of her.
Yeah.
But I also think she got a sick through a lot of that too.
Of course she did.
Attempting to explain away the note, Lucy maintained that she couldn't see a future for herself because she felt like senior staff were trying to hold her accountable for what she believed were failings at the hospital. Mr. Johnson asked, "But you were having a good time?" And Lucy replied, "Yes, there were times in those years that I had a good time, yes." So basically what that means, because this article was written in the most janky way possible. British people, get your shit together. But she made out this note that she was just saying, like, it was in her diary, and it was this note that just, I'm a terrible person, etc. And he's like, yeah, but you're still having fun, though, during this time period. Because he's trying to say, like, this is an admission of her guilt of the murders.
Yeah, and you enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's possible that she's having an affair with the married Dr. A, and I'm almost certain this boyfriend she talks about is an invention. She strikes me as deeply disturbed with no empathy, very shallow feelings, and superficial charm. Mm-hmm. And again, she reminds me of Casey Anthony. Because if you notice, Casey Anthony only did things to impress men.
Right.
And so when her boyfriend at the time said, hey, I don't want to have kids, well, she got rid of Kaylee, like, the next day.
Yes.
Like the next day. Like garbage.
Yes.
Oh,
that
these people
baby.
freak me out. I
know.
can't talk about that case anymore. I'll get too mad. On a yellow Post-it note, she wrote, I'm an awful person. I hate myself. Panic, fear, lost. Why me? I did this. Hate. I am evil. And yes, I believe that's true. This was written at the time of her arrest. Kill me was another phrase extracted from her notes. They should. Mm-hmm. She knew what she was doing. I think she has... I mean, I don't like to armchair it, but I'm sure it'll come out of it. I think she has Munchausen by proxy. If you notice, you'll see the similarities in all those cases. Mm-hmm. They really love injecting the air and the insulin into these babies.
Yeah, I noticed that. Mm-hmm.
Despite all the evidence against her, Lucy maintains her innocence to this day and pled not guilty to all 22 charges. But she was found guilty of 14 of the 22 charges against her and was given 14 life motherfucking sentences. Hell yes. She will never see the light of day again.
Good.
She still has supporters. Her parents, for one, they believe her innocence. Several friends and even several colleagues can't believe she'd do something like this. One of her friends said, "It can't be Lucy. She's the kindest person you'll ever meet." She received notes of encouragement from coworkers during her trial. Lucy Letby will go down in history as one of the world's worst child serial killers. Neither Lucy or her parents attended her own sentencing because they're fucking cowards. I find that very telling. I don't have much sympathy. Something created a monster, and I think their coddling, spoiling, and permissiveness helped create the monster wearing the mild-mannered skin of Lucy Letby. But she knew what she was doing. She knew it was wrong. All of the blame rests on her shoulders, but I think everyone coddling her didn't fucking help.
Mm-hmm. Enabling her. They enabled her.
They knew. Mm-hmm. You know, I wonder, I bet you more than anything, like if she's the type of person who, if she didn't get her way, she would be scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she chills me. Like, just the absolute absence of human emotion in this woman.
Well, and it's almost like that horror movie trope where it's almost like the clown kind of trope where it's like
cute little girl murderer.
Yeah. Or like the teddy bear that kills, you know,
it's like that.
Yeah.
If you listened, I'll link one of her interrogation videos. If I remember, if I don't, message me, I'll bother me.
Reminds me of the Yandere.
Is that she just talks in a little bitty voice. Pew, 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 pew.
Shit makes me so mad.
At least Casey Anthony, like, talked in a regular non-little girl voice.
And was like a partier and did bad things. You know what I mean? Like, there was like some... Well, you could kind of see it, you know? You could see how she could do some bad shit because she was bad. Bad person.
Stealing from every last one of her friends and her grandma. Sorry, I just listened to another, like... That case will always stick with me, and I think it's because there's still some mystery to it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how she killed her, and we don't really know why, other than that stupid guy was just like, "I don't want kids." She's like, "Okay."
The Zanny the nanny thing.
For the record, I don't think she drugged her with Xanax.
Oh, I do. I definitely do.
I don't. I think she killed her in a fit of rage when she called her mother to ask her to come babysit because she wanted to go out and drink and party, and her mother said no, and she wanted to keep Kaylee from her mother anyway, and I think she just lashed out and suffocated her baby. That's what I think. Because Casey was never used drugs. Never. She wouldn't know where to get them.
I mean, she partied a lot.
She did party a lot, but she only drank. She never did drugs. She never smoked weed.
Yeah, but there's drugs at all parties. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose. It's been a long time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's business time.
Is that what time it is?
That is what time it is, because I don't want to talk about either one of them evil bitches no more. And you know, y'all, I always try and have empathy for, like, murderers and stuff like that, because...
Empathy for people.
For people.
Yeah.
And there's some cases I can't, and this is one.
Yep.
I can't do it. It's so fucked to me. I just can't.
None for her whatsoever.
But I do have empathy for my soap. What?
That's so weird, dude.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to transition. This is what you get. I'm stupid day, brain is soup. I don't know where I am. I'm very tired. I'm about to start my period, and I've had enough. And Maris won't let me buy a bunch of baby quail to put in my bra.
It's really sad, dude. I don't know how you're
so sad.
It. You're a strong
I showed
woman.
him. Listen, I showed him at least 15 pictures of baby quails.
And he felt nothing.
Do you know what I called them when I was little?
What?
Baby whales. Because I didn't know that they were saying quail. I thought my dad was saying whales.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, I was small and I didn't know anything. But I'm big now and I want quail to put in my bra. They're so cute. Jesus Christ.
I love that you just want to put them in your bra.
I keep them warm.
Incubate.
Yeah, but they're babies. They need to stay warm. And nothing's warmer than the soft embrace of my bosom. So, there. So I have an announcement, and you haven't heard it yet because I haven't told you.
I have no idea.
So Maris is launching his own podcast.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm going to co-host.
Okay.
But it's all his research and everything. Research and Air Bunnies. It is called Reality, and it's based off all the reality television he watches.
Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm going to cry.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, shit.
I'm mad at him because he won't let me have quail, but I'm still going to announce it. We're looking to launch in October, probably around like the first Monday or second Monday in October. So keep an eye out for that. I'll give you all the links. It's going to be funny, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
That's cute.
I like that.
It's going to be real funny.
Reality.
Mostly, I think we're focusing on My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Sister Wives, and 90 Day Fiancé. Just the most garbage television on the face of this earth.
I love it.
I have seen every season of Sister Wives.
I have not seen one episode.
Not by choice. Maris makes me watch these with him. So that's some bit of exciting news.
That the tea?
That was the tea, and I spilt it. Yeah, my soap. I have one gift set left.
Okay, good. Still?
So if you want one, just one.
You really got to jump on it.
Jump on it. It will, because I have people nibbling.
Yeah.
Don't nibble. Jump.
Yeah.
So message me if you want one of my very spooky Halloween gift sets. It's almost like, I don't know, you get a bunch of presents in there. It's going to be so cute. It makes a great gift, great fragrance. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, honestly, I can make it any of the fragrances you want. I just have enough like materials and packaging for one gift set. So I can make it any of the fragrances. Just hit me up and we will work something out. Yeah. Still doing tarot readings and star charts. Maris is now done. I'm shipping out these star charts he has finished. And if you would like an 8x10 watercolor painting of a very special day, it could be a birthday, anniversary, you get the point. He illustrates the position of the stars in like an old-timey way. You can see examples on his Instagram, and you get a tarot reading from me for $45. I'm sorry, but like that's very cheap. Mm-hmm. You're getting a discounted painting and basically a free tarot reading. So hit me up if you're interested in that. We have a Patreon.
Great also. Present.
It is a great present. Yep. We have a Patreon. We have a $1 tier, and that's where we do episode discussion. We have a $5 tier, and that gets you our extra episodes. We do 3 to 4 a month. We try and shoot for 4, but life happens.
Yep.
So sometimes it's 3, but it's usually 4.
This month is rough. Well, last month was
trying. This month is going okay, but I don't want to make promises is what I'm saying.
3 to 4 is a good thing.
Yeah. And we have more tiers than that, so if you want to check that out, go to our Patreon. Y'all, it's a lot of episodes.
And we're getting a lot of members, and it's really exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you so much.
I don't have anything left other than to say this one last thing. Me and Willow are working on jewelry together. And we are going to be doing a launch very soon, probably within a couple weeks.
Yeah. We got to stock up on inventory. We got a lot of stuff coming. But yeah, when you were talking about all the baby killing, I had to like look at jewelry ideas because
nope, can't think about this shit.
I was born premature. I was 3 pounds 11 ounces, and I believe I was stolen from the hospital in a shoebox. So
that's weird.
It's not that this case was triggering anyway. It was just like the whole time I was thinking, wow, that could have been me if I was there.
Yeah, I know. John, my youngest, was a little premature by like a couple weeks, and that would have been. It's just fucked. I don't know who could hurt a baby. It's just really weird to me.
They're so precious and so small and so soft and just
poor little things.
I want to be the woman that sits in the rocking chair in the NICU and like just rocking the babies and holding the babies, and I want to do that.
I'm not too into babies. I'll be honest. I don't really like.
So into babies.
This makes me sound like a dick.
I love babies.
I don't really like children.
I love them.
I like mine. I love them. I think mine are cool. But I think single motherhood was so traumatic and stressful and scary and awful that I'm just done now. And I want to go live in the woods in a hole or something. So
I could hold every baby of every species of everything on this planet and be happy. I just love babies. They're so cute.
They are cute. I just, it just immediately makes me like, I get triggered.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, I'm alone and I'm doing this all by myself and I'm having to hold them and fight them and they're all over me. Help. Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
3 kids, all 6 and under for like a long time. I didn't enjoy it. I could have think of better things, like
taking a nap.
Napping. Didn't get a lot of that.
Taking a nice long hot shower without anybody yelling at you.
Shitting by myself. One of my favorite pastimes. But yeah, that's the end of business time. And as I always say, if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, thank you. And if you're new to listening, welcome. God.
Yes. Congratulations.
Good job. Me done. I've hit my face on the microphone like 20 times. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on, but
Brain
I love
soup.
you.
Hey, we have merch.
Yeah. Do you too suffer from soup brain, where your brain becomes soup and you can't do no thinking?
TM.
Then head on over to our merch.
We have a new shirt
because we have that as our shirt. The Maris Monday shirt's I'm almost done with the design to the level that I like it, and so that'll be soon. And because I know several of you. More than several have been asking for it. And for those of you who have encouraged Maris to do his own reality TV podcast from like the first time he mentioned it was like a year ago. And I'm still getting mail asking him to do it. Well, he's doing it.
Oh, honey, that's so exciting.
It's so fun. All right. Well, I love you guys, and I'm going to go.
You're like hanging up the phone now.
Goodbye.
Love you. Goodbye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Letby.